The quantum communication array at Luna Station had been silent for 3 standard days when the signal came through. Dr. Sarah Chen nearly dropped her coffee as the ancient receivers, relics from humanity's first tentative steps into galactic communication, suddenly erupted with activity. "Commander Torres, you need to see this," she called across the observation deck. Commander Miguel Torres strode over, his weathered face creased with concern. The message was broadcasting on all emergency frequencies, cycling through dozens of languages before settling on galactic standard. "This is High Chancellor Vexnari of the Zephyrian Republic. We are under siege by the Void Swarm. Our defenses have fallen. Our fleets are scattered. If any civilization receives this message, please. We need immediate assistance. Coordinates follow. We have perhaps 48 hours before complete annihilation." Torres and Chen exchanged glances. The Zephyrians, one of the oldest spacefaring civilizations in the galaxy, with technology that made human achievements look like stone tools. Their crystal cities were legendary, their defensive capabilities supposedly impregnable. "Sir," Chen said quietly, "the Void Swarm? That's what wiped out the Kepler Collective last year, and the Altair Federation before that." Torres nodded grimly. The Void Swarm had become the galaxy's nightmare, a mysterious force that consumed entire star systems, leaving nothing but empty space in their wake. No one knew where they came from or what they wanted. They simply appeared, destroyed everything, and vanished. "How long would it take us to reach Zephyrian space?" Torres asked. Chen's fingers danced across her console. "At maximum slip drive. Velocity, 18 hours, sir." "But, Commander, we can't possibly—" "Can't what, Doctor?" "Sir, we're talking about humanity's entire active fleet. 300 ships. The Zephyrians have had over 10,000 vessels, and they're calling for help. What could we possibly do that they couldn't?" Torres was quiet for a long moment, staring at the star charts. Finally, he turned to the communication station. "Patch me through to Earth Command, Priority Alpha." Within minutes, Admiral Rebecca Hayes appeared on the holographic display, her silver hair catching the light of Earth's moon behind her. "Miguel, I've been monitoring the transmission. The Council is already in emergency session. Admiral, with respect, we don't have time for politics. Those coordinates put the swarm less than 50 light-years from the Proxima colonies. If Zephyria falls, the swarm will have a clear path to human space," Hayes finished. "I know. The vote was unanimous, Miguel. We're going." Dr. Chen stepped forward. "Admiral, surely you're not committing our entire fleet. If we lose everything—" Hayes's expression hardened. "Doctor, humanity has never backed down from a fight when others needed help. We didn't start that way when we were confined to one planet, and we won't start now that we've reached the stars." 18 hours later, the human fleet dropped out of slip space at the edge of the Zephyrian system. What they found defied imagination. The Void Swarm wasn't ships in any conventional sense. They were massive, organic-looking constructs that seemed to devour light itself. Hundreds of them swarmed around Zephyria Prime, while the planet's once brilliant crystal cities flickered like dying embers. "My God," whispered Captain Jin Nakamura from the bridge of the UES Indomitable. "How do you fight something like that?" The answer came from an unexpected source. Lieutenant Commander Alex Petrov, the fleet's youngest tactical officer, had been studying the sensor readings with obsessive intensity. "Sir, I'm reading massive electromagnetic disturbances around the swarm entities. They're generating some kind of null field that's disrupting Zephyrian energy weapons. And that helps us how exactly?" Torres asked. Petrov grinned. the kind of grin that had gotten him in trouble at the academy. Because humans still use kinetic weapons, sir. Railguns, missile systems, even our good old-fashioned nuclear warheads, none of that requires exotic energy matrices. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. While other civilizations had moved beyond primitive projectile weapons centuries ago, humans had simply made theirs bigger, faster, and more devastating. All ships, Torres announced across the fleet network. This is Phoenix Actual. We're going to show these things why humans earned the nickname the stubborn species. Target the largest concentrations and give them everything we've got. What followed would be remembered in galactic history as the Battle of Zephyria Prime. 300 human ships, vastly outnumbered and technologically outclassed, charged into a battle that every tactical computer said they couldn't win. But the computers hadn't accounted for human ingenuity or human stubbornness. The first salvo of magnetic accelerated tungsten slugs punched through swarm entities like they were made of paper. Nuclear-tipped missiles, guided by human pilots who refused to let point defense systems stop them, detonated in brilliant flashes among the organic constructs. The Void Swarm, which had steamrolled through every defense the galaxy's most advanced. Civilizations could muster, suddenly found themselves facing an enemy that fought like their distant ancestors, with brute force, overwhelming firepower, and an absolute refusal to retreat. Phoenix, this is High Chancellor Vexenari, came a transmission from the planet's surface. Your tactics, they're working. The swarm is pulling back from the cities. Then let's make sure they keep going, Torres replied. All ships, pursue and destroy. Don't let a single one escape to threaten another world. By the time the battle ended, 87 human ships had been lost. But the Void Swarm, the terror that had haunted the galaxy for years, was gone. In the aftermath, as rescue operations began and the galaxy watched in amazement, Dr. Chen found herself standing beside Commander Torres on the observation deck. "You know what the ironic part is?" she said. "We came here with the most primitive weapons in known space." Torres smiled, watching human and Zephyrian ships working together to evacuate survivors. "Sometimes, Doctor, the old ways are the best ways. The galaxy forgot that sometimes you don't need exotic physics to solve a problem. Sometimes you just need to hit it really, really hard." The message that went out across the galactic networks that day was simple. SOS received. Earth responds. Problem solved. And throughout the galaxy, civilizations that had barely acknowledged humanity's existence began to look at the young species with new respect, and perhaps a little healthy fear.